Hi, my name is Mark Wilhelmsen, founder of Our Child's Keeper, and I wanted to tell you a story about the moment my life's mission and purpose changed forever. Just days after my son Marcus had turned 2 years old, he was sitting in his high chair, eating some fresh fruit I'd cut up for him for breakfast. And little did I know that just moments later, everything would change. As I was watching him eat his fruit, suddenly he just froze. Everything stopped. Dipped his head slightly, looked up at me, and his eyes, all I could see, the only way I could possibly begin to describe it, was a look of silent desperation and panic. I instantly knew something was very wrong. And then I realized he couldn't breathe. He was choking. In moments like these, everything goes into slow motion. All I could feel was the sense that he was calling out to me to save him. But here's the thing. I didn't know how. I never learned these fundamental skills we all should know as parents, but the reality is, most of us simply do not know any of them. Now, I can't quite put into words how helpless, useless, and deeply embarrassed I felt as a father of this little boy. But what I do know is this: it does not have to be this way. Not for me and not for you. What I didn't even realize at the time was I was actually relying on luck. But we should never rely on luck, not others, the police, firemen, or even 911. Did you know that the average response time for 911 nationally is 10 minutes? A child doesn't have 10 minutes. They have seconds before they pass out. And the reality is, within approximately 4 to 6 minutes, their brain begins to die from lack of oxygen. Now, we have to be brighter than that as parents, and here's why. We'll never know who will be around when a crisis befalls us. And that's why I believe mothers and fathers must learn the art of self-reliance and learn the skills it takes to save our own children. Now, I got about as lucky as a father could ever get, something thousands of parents every year don't ever get, and that's a second chance. A few moments later, Marcus was actually able to cough up the fruit on his own. Now, luck saved him, not me. But what I did in that moment was vow to him and my other kids that I would never ever be caught in a situation like that ever again. I immediately got certified by the American Heart Association in infant, child, and adult CPR. And do you know what just happened just a few weeks later after returning home to New York from a trip to London? I'd actually bought Marcus this little red London bus souvenir. In the morning I got back, I was watching him and my daughter Lana, who wasn't even a year old yet. She was sitting in an infant play chair, and I quickly went to the bathroom and seconds later came back, only to turn around and see Lana's eyes all red. They were heavily watering, and she was even foaming at the mouth. But here's the difference. This time I didn't have to rely on luck or anyone else. This time I saved her. So I committed and learned the fundamental skills it took to save my own child. I calmly walked over, took her out of the infant play chair, assessed she was choking, identified the obstruction, safely did a finger sweep technique, and cleared her obstructed airway. And you'll never guess what it actually was that she was choking on. Marcus had actually removed a little rubber tire from that London bus souvenir that I gave to him, and he handed it to Lana while I was in the bathroom for those few seconds, and that's why she choked. She actually put it in her mouth and tried to swallow it. So here's a key takeaway. We only panic when we don't have the skills to solve the problem. And that's exactly why I knew I had to create a video series produced just for parents like you to empower you with those same fundamental skills and so many more you can learn about by just clicking the link below. Now, I hope you'll join our community of parents here at Our Child's Keeper. So again, just click the link below and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much.